Hello, this is Jen G. Welcome back to my channel. I am in my apartment. I'm trying a new lighting and camera setup just to try to improve the video quality a little bit. This is a computer with a ring light, somewhat just a little bit above it. So I hope that this is a little bit better. I do think it is a little bit better. I don't know how much I want to invest into technology and things. Um, and I'm not planning to do any editing. I'm just I just want to get these videos up and get them posted. The editing, when I first started recording videos a while back, editing was really time consuming, and I got interested in it. It was fun. But it just like constantly tweaking it, trying to make it perfect. It was just taking forever, and it actually took kind of the fun out of recording because I knew, okay, if I record, then I'm going to have to do all this editing. And so I ended up, I mean, for other reasons too, but I ended up, that was part of the reason I stopped recording for a while. So now, to get myself back into it, I'm just recording it and I'm just throwing it up there. So the quality may not be good. You'll notice I clear my throat a lot, especially in the mornings and the evenings. I'm not sure why. I think it's an allergy thing, but so I will do that. You'll hear that a lot, and I'm not going to try to edit them out. So I hope that it's not. I hope that's not bothersome. Okay, so I'm here with my little dog. He's asleep next to me. I don't want to shift the camera because I don't want to mess up the lighting that I've got. So but he's snoozing. I am on the East Coast of the US in New England, and it is March 19th, 2025 today. The weather's getting warmer. Today was 61 degrees. It was very nice. I'm really looking forward to spring. It is in the evening time right now. I usually go to bed pretty early. Um, and so I am a little tired. I don't know if you can tell, but I wanted to put up a quick video, like an orchiectomy update. So I've got a few notes here to try to remind myself of things to say. So, orchiectomy, if you don't know, it is a surgery for, well, there are other purposes for it, but it is one of the surgeries that male to female transitioners can get as a gender affirming surgery. So, in this surgery, they remove the reproductive parts, not the trying to think of an analogy. So they remove the marbles, but not the they remove the pool balls, but not the pool cue. Okay. So we'll go with a billiards analogy. I like playing pool, but I have not played in a while. Um so the cue ball and the eight ball are gone. But the pool cue still kicking around. Okay. So I've been on HRT for almost 4 years. So if you know HRT, um, okay, maybe I should, content warning, a little bit of a content warning here. Not safe for work content, adult content. Okay. Um, so if you know HRT, hormone replacement therapy, for male to female transitioners, that amount of time on HRT results in what's called atrophy of those parts, the cue ball and the eight ball there. Atrophy, which means that they don't produce their little swimmers anymore. Okay, and they've also reduced in size significantly. Like I think mine were at the time of removal, at least 50% reduction. I'm not exactly sure, but very much reduced. And for people that have those, they know that down there, there's this like pocket on each side in your in your lower body that they can kind of go into once in a while. Like it's a little uncomfortable, but they can pop up in there. And I think that's a evolutionary mechanism for maintaining temperature in cold moments of cold environments, so that they don't lose function, I think. But anyway, they can go up there. It can be more uncomfortable for some people than others. But at that point of HRT, they were like almost always just up there. They were so small that they just kind of like slipped up there, and it was pretty uncomfortable on a regular basis, just kind of walking around and stuff. So I the main reason that I initially did not want to have them removed, and I just am not in favor of surgeries at all. I had a shoulder surgery once when I was younger, and I saw what it did to my body in terms of the permanent scar, uh, change in my body's functioning. And I also had a lot of tattoos from that age when I was young. I've got a number of tattoos that I got back then that I would not have gotten if I'd been more mature. And I would have gotten tattoos, but I would have had different design tattoos, ones that I had put more thought into. And in any case, I learned what body modification, long-term effects of it are. And so either via surgery or, for a medical reason or, by choice, an elective tattoo kind of surgery. And so I'm just not, I don't want to do any more, surgeries. I no interest in doing any kind of surgeries. I have gotten a few tattoos since then that I put a lot more thought into and I have a lot more emotional investment in that I really like. I have this one here, which I got last summer, which I can talk about, but I'm not going to take the time to do that now. But I also have a few others that I really like now. And so basically, I just didn't want to get any surgeries, and I'm really not in favor of surgeries. But I did decide to get this one, and I have decided to pursue a facial feminization surgery at some point down the road, hopefully in the next few years, if I can afford it. So I still do not want to have the inversion done. So the what's called a vaginoplasty. It's a lot to have that done. I don't really believe that it's possible to make a functioning part down there from a male part. And I know that people do it. And I know that some people have really great results, but the risks are just too great. Um, and I think I've said before in another video, if the technology were so good that it were like 99 point something percent efficient and success and satisfaction, then yes, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat if I could. But I don't believe the technology is there yet. Excuse me. And I don't want to take the risk. I just don't. I have one life. I'm getting by. I've been getting by this whole life. Um, and I just, yeah, I just don't think the technology is where it needs to be for me to want to take that risk. So, So, last summer I had a rash of hair loss, which was really, really sad from the top, and lots of thinning and just shedding. And I didn't know what caused it. I did have a change in my medication dosage, my testosterone blocker. Um, Kind of abruptly, I switched it from, one setting up here to about half of that with, consultation with my doctor. But um, I didn't taper down, like I didn't take notches down, like go down slowly. I just dropped. And and I thought that that's what caused the sudden shedding. But I also had a, a family member, a brother who passed away early last summer in June. And so that was about the same time that I had that shedding. And so I don't know if the change in medication started it and then the stress accelerated it. I'm not sure, but my doctor, primary care, and a cosmetic surgeon that I see very infrequently for hair related issues both think that it's the stress that caused it, not the medication. Regardless, um, I decided at that point I'm going to have the surgery. I don't want this. It was a scare for me because I know that male pattern baldness runs in my family, and I don't want to lose another hair. Like I'm already thin on top, like you can't really tell, and I think I do a good job of hiding it, but it's already thin enough compared to what it was when I was younger, and I don't want to lose another hair, another single hair. Okay. As it is, when I first started transitioning, I thought I was going to need to wear a wig, and I was okay with that. I was like, this is, my lot in life. Like it's genetics, and this is what I'll need to do. But when I started growing it out, I got good results from hormone replacement therapy. I also received a treatment from the cosmetic surgeon that I see in New York City. His name is Prasad Amaya, and he does a procedure called um, gosh, PRP. I can't think of what is platelet rich plasma, platelet rich plasma. Um, yeah, and there's another part to it, but I can't think of it right now. But basically, what it's a scalp treatment, and the intent of which it is something that is used in wound healing, and they use it with hair transplants, with people who get hair transplants to help their hair to get established and grow. And it was discovered that this can cause other hairs nearby to start to grow that aren't involved in that transplant. And so he started exploring it, and other people started exploring it, trying to use it as a overall scalp treatment to try to stimulate growth of the hair follicles. And so he's been doing it successfully in New York City, of course, varying results. And so I got that treatment from him, and in the HRT, the combination of which my hair started growing back, and it was growing in really well, and I was really pleased with it. I was really surprised because I thought I was going to need to wear a wig, and it looked like I wasn't going to have to. But then last summer, I had the shedding event, which like scared the crap out of me, and so I decided, okay, I'm going to get another treatment, another scalp treatment of this PRP with Dr. Prasad, and I'm going to have the orchiectomy, and hopefully that will stop any further hair loss and maybe even help me to recover a little bit of what I've lost. And so I did. I also found a local cosmetic um, beauty office. I don't know if that's what they refer to themselves. that does the PRP treatment locally, like in my town, which was really helpful because it's New York City's a long way away, and his is much more expensive than my local one. So I did that, and it's something that you do semi-annually, like a couple times a year, to maintain it because it doesn't last. But at the same time, you take something like finasteride, which is a DHT blocker, what's called a DHT blocker. It stops the enzyme from converting testosterone to dihydroxy testosterone, which is more damaging to your hair follicles. So anyway, I'm going full court on the hair thing to try to save my hair. So I got the orchiectomy. And I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it. Like I said, I was not enthusiastic about getting a surgery at all. But I felt like I needed to, like I needed to just do it, get it over with, and try to do everything I could to save my hair, as much of it as I could. 'Cause, yeah. So, unfortunately, like even though I did not want to have those parts down there, they were like, physically pleasurable. They provided some physical pleasure. And so I was concerned that I would be sad, basically, that I would be losing and access to like this, part of my sexual experience that I have had. And and I do think that's true. But I was willing to, like just I have to take it. I have to, there's some sacrifices that I have to make for other benefits. And so I wasn't sure what to expect. What I was really more concerned about was any type of problems with my prostate. I was concerned about that. I didn't want to have any problems there. If you don't know, the prostate is a really important um, gland for feeling good feelings down there, and it does work really well for me. And I was like, that would be heartbreaking if I lost that. I would be really, really heartbroken because that is a important part of my whole sexual experience is like really on that, focused on that. So, and here I am, 6 weeks post-surgery, and yes, I've lost some sensation down there, lost some of that pleasurable sensation, and I knew that. Um, it's not completely gone. Like part of the sensation was the pressure of those parts against the interior of my body. Like so that pressure that they applied to that, like when pressure was applied to them, the pressure against my body, that was a big part of the pleasurable sensation. And so that pressure, I can still simulate that by, myself. So that is still there, which is really good. And the all the prostate stuff still there, and it's actually easier access now because those are not in the way. So much easier access to the prostate, which is really nice. Um, so I would say that a little bit of loss, but not enough loss to make me anywhere near regret it. That's for sure. But definitely enough to acknowledge it. Um, so medication wise, I was at the full dosage of estradiol when going in to the surgery, and I was taking a pretty healthy dose of spironolactone. Um, I don't want to. I know from other watching other trans videos that you should not report your dosages to try to discourage people from self-medicating, basically. So, but I can say I was not at the maximum dosage of spironolactone that they would prescribe. I was below that, but I was at, and I am at the maximum dosage of estradiol that they will prescribe to me. So, um, my understanding is that post surgery, I should be able to cut back on the spironolactone and eventually stop taking it altogether. And I should be able to reduce the estradiol because without any endogenous testosterone production, excuse me, um, I don't need to suppress the testosterone like I did before. So the medication, that's what the medication does. It competes with testosterone in your body. And so you need more of it if you have testosterone in your body. Um, Without testosterone being produced, at least not in the way that it was, you theoretically should be able to reduce your dosages because you don't need as much in your body because it's no longer competing with testosterone. That's my understanding. I'm not an endocrinologist. I have an endocrinologist, but I am not an endocrinologist. So I just had my first post-op blood panel this past Friday, and and I got my testosterone results back, but I have not gotten the estrogen results back yet. So my testosterone results are really good. They are less than 13 nanograms per deciliter, which is on the low end of the normal female range for a woman my age. So that's perfect. I have not gotten the estrogen results back. I'm supposed to be getting them back in the next day or so. I am anticipating that they will be too high because, like I said, without testosterone to compete, I should be taking too much estrogen right now or estradiol without because there's no testosterone. So that means there should be a lot of estrogen or estradiol in my body um, right now. But we'll see. So my endocrinologist said he's not planning on making any changes to my dosages unless there's something that would indicate that is necessary or yeah. So I'm hoping to reduce the spironolactone for sure because of the effects that that has on you, the side effects. Um, I'm waiting on the estrogen. I don't really know. I do know that I've had since the surgery pretty intense mood swings. Oh, there's a mouse. Yep, there's a mouse. I knew it. It found a piece of popcorn on my stove. Hi, little mouse. Oh, you're a little mouse. I see you. Little mouse. Oh, look at you, little mouse. You got that popcorn? You gonna go? You gonna go somewhere with that? Anyway, he's trying to figure out how to get out of here with that popcorn. Piece of popcorn. I think mice can carry diseases, although I don't want to kill it. It's so cute, but I am concerned about mouse turds and having some like fungus or something in the mouse turds. My dog or I getting sick. The pug alarm went off. You heard the little mouse skittering off. Yes, you're a really good defender. Mood swings. Yes, really bad mood swings. Like really good parts and then really bad parts. Like I would be like scream singing in my car, like, yay, listening to music. And then by the end of the day, I'm like having like a going almost into a rage of anger at something. Like it was rough. Like it was a couple of weeks there, really bad. I think it's leveled off now. Like I haven't had those extremes so far this week. Today's Wednesday. Um, yeah, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all have been pretty chill. So I think it might be passing. And my endocrinologist said that might happen. He said that it might just pass on my body might just get used to it and just pass through it. So I think that might be happening. I think I might be adjusting to whatever is different hormonally. But I am waiting for those results. I suspect the estrogen is really high. And so we really don't want it to be really high because that could result in risk of blood clots and stroke. So you don't want to have really high estrogen. So we just want it to be in the normal range. Right, that's why it's really important to be able to have the monitoring done. Okay, little mouse, it's back. He abandoned, I want to say he, but it abandoned the popcorn kernel. Um, and it's back trying to get the popcorn. Yeah. So I guess that's it for the post-op update, post-Orky update. I should know more in by the end of the week in terms of my blood test results. And I should know if my doctor recommends changing my dosages. I'm healing up really well. The swelling is almost completely gone. There still are these two little like knots near the base down there that are almost gone, but those are the where the cord went down and where that was like tied off somehow. And so that will slowly recede and disintegrate. But right now, still there. It's like two little bumps, or one on each side, and surrounded by a little swelling. But the swelling has gone down and down and down, almost gone. Uh, Virtually no pain anymore. So that's good. Yeah, when I first came out of the surgery, it was like this swollen, everything was so swollen. It was so painful. It was like I told this to my brother, my, my friend. I told them it was like having a jumper cables attached down there. And anytime they got bumped a little bit, it was like someone just shocked the jumper cable. It was it was pretty bad. Um, but I spent a week at my mother's place, and she really took care of me. She walked the dog for me for the first couple of days, and I basically just laid on her couch for days, which was great because she made me all this good food, and it was really comfortable. I was in pajamas all the time. It was great. Um, okay. So, okay, I guess I'm trying to figure out how to wrap this up here. That's it for the Orky update. And I will post more videos soon. I do have other videos that I want to make in terms of transition updates. Oh, interestingly, another update on the Orky thing. Since the Orky, I've had like body hair like gone, just gone, like obliterated. Like it was already pretty tame. pretty tame just from being on HRT for, almost 4 years. But since the orchi, like I swear my legs, like, I don't know, I went like 3 weeks without shaving them. Like it's like nothing. There's like no hair. It's amazing. And that, I mean, there are like some like on my shins a little bit, you know, but and there's some little pricklies on my thighs, but that's it. It's like, and you can't see it at all. Like 3 weeks I went without shaving, and I think I could have gone like a month. Just amazing. And my facial hair. So likewise, they say that it doesn't affect your facial hair, but I think it has really affected my facial hair. Although I have also done uh, an at-home laser device um, that I have here that I stopped using because it's a couple of years old, and it's really like I think it's gone bad. Like it kind of starting to zap me, which is kind of painful. So I need to get a new one. But I used that for a good year on my face, and so I'm sure that helped. But I had a lot less just from that. But I do think the HRT significantly affected my facial hair production. Um, yeah, like looking at pictures of myself from before HRT, it's just like remarkable the amount of facial hair that I had. So I think some combination of the HRT and the at-home laser treatment were really helpful. Okay. So I'm hoping my hair will grow back. I do think it is starting to grow back. I know you can't tell in this, but I do have a lot of little hairs that are coming in the center and coming in at the temples. But I think I do a pretty good job at work, like just kind of pulling it down and kind of covering that, disguising it a little bit. I know it looks thin in the back, like there's only so much I can do, and I'm not gonna be paranoid about it. I just accept the way that it is and hope for the best. It could be a lot different. Like I really thought I would be wearing a wig right now in this video. Like when I first started transitioning, thought I'm gonna need to wear a wig. And I'm not. And that's okay. And that alone is victory. It feels that alone is I'm happy with. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Um, I will post more videos soon. They will be shorter. This was a longer one. I'm trying to keep them short, like 15 to 20 minutes, so that people might be more interested in watching them if they seem like they're accessible. But if you're interested in um, hearing about anything else, just leave a comment. I'm really doing this for connecting with people and recording my like a video journal of my journey, and I'd love to chat. I think it's fun to meet people on the internet and, have little pen pals and things like that. So please leave a comment if you want to chat. I'd love to chat. If there's anything that you want to hear about or you have questions about, I'd love to answer them. Okay. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you'll come back and watch more videos. And please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon. All right. Good night.